Welcome everybody to this week's episode of Ant on Music. I am your humble host Ant, and this week we're just going to take a look at one particular artist. And a couple of weeks back I had mentioned about a box set that I got that completed a set of box sets that I've been collecting over the past few years. So without further ado, I'm going to do my usual begging, which is if you dig the video, please click like. Share the video across other platforms. Tell your friends about me. Love to have more people check out the channel. And most importantly, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you very much. I love the comments that people give. I like the conversation. So if you haven't figured it out by the wall behind me, my listening wall, this week we're going to take a look at the latest album from the guitarist for Pink Floyd, David Gilmour. David Gilmour released his latest, Luck and Strange, just yesterday. This is actually an alternative cover to his new album, Luck and Strange. And, just a little bit about David before we get into the actual album. Dave was the owner of the Black Strat, the infamous Black Strat. If you're unfamiliar with that album, that guitar, I should say, was used on several beyond monumental albums in the history of rock, prog rock especially. Pink Floyd's The Wall, Animals, Wish You Were Here, Dark Side of the Moon, and he picked up the guitar at Manny's Music back in 1970. And, he owned the guitar for years and years and years. And he finally let it go at auction for nearly $4 million. $3,975,000 he let that guitar go for. So that is a phenomenal amount of money to pay for guitar. And it's estimated that David has in excess of $20 million worth of guitars, which is just absolutely insane. And it's kind of funny that, I'm talking about David today because about a week or so ago, a good friend of mine from high school, my buddy Tom Tracy, he put up a post on social media about who are your favorite guitarists, you get most of the people rattle off the same, Jimmy Page and Eddie Van Halen and guys like that. And, I'm with you. Those guys are phenomenal. Eddie Van Halen's one of the best that ever lived. But for me, one of the first people I thought of was David Gilmour. You get guys that are like Yngwie Malmsteen that, can play a million notes an hour. And, to me, it lacks, gravity. It lacks feeling. I'd rather hear David Gilmour, bend one note than hear a million notes from Yngwie Malmsteen. So, if I had to have a Mount Rushmore of guitarists, David Gilmour would definitely be on that Mount Rushmore for me. So, anyhow, without further ado, let's take a look at the new album from David Gilmour, Luck and Strange. If we check out the back there, we've got a portrait of David looking quite his age. Let's take a look at the gatefold here. So the photography is all in black and white, as you can see. And unlike his partner, or former partner, I should say, Roger Waters, his latest album reflects back on life and, marriage and all things that, most people go through while living on this planet. But it's not a rehash like Roger did a rehash of Dark Side of the Moon. He turned it on its head and looked at it from the perspective of being in his 70s and looking at it, whereas this is all brand new material, and it's very much a family affair. His wife, Polly, is the lyricist on it, and both of his kids are on the album as well. His daughter, Romani, actually takes lead vocals on one of the songs. So with this album, all right, I'll show you the hype sticker there. All right. Probably better if I did that so you could read it. So you have that. And might as well take a look at the album since it's white. So the sleeve itself, plain black. No reason to look at that. But the album itself is this cool opaque white. So you've got that. We'll slide that back. In addition to the album, we have, let's get this in there. There we go. In addition to the album, it comes with this book inserted. And it's great because this is where all the lyrics and liner notes are contained. You know, and lyrically, as usual, it's a really strong album. Polly's lyrics are, phenomenal. And of these, one of the things that stood out to me was the Piper's Call. Piper's Call, I wonder if it was a callback in a way to David's first album with Pink Floyd, Piper at the Gates of Dawn, which is, if I'm not mistaken, from The Wind in the Willows, the Piper from The Wind in the Willows. And this is, one of those reflective songs that goes back to about, talking about, now as you're getting on in life, you're looking back at that span of life and seeing where you've been. And, it's a big reflection on life and where you've been from a fame standpoint in his case, and just life in general. On the song Between 2 Points, that is where we have his daughter Romani take the lead. These are, like I said, you get all the lyrics beginning to end here. And I'll show you a couple of pictures in the back. This is David again. Once again, there he is, the man, the myth, legend, owner of the Black Strat, Mr. David Gilmour. And, you've got the usual suspects on here for the most part that have played with Gilmour for years. As far as, contributions going through, you've got, as I said, the whole family. And actually on Luck and Strange, that was built around a track of him jamming with Rick Wright. So it was nice to have one more piece of music that Richard Wright is on, and that is on the title track. Also, you got Guy Pratt, longtime bass player when Floyd is going on tour, and also with Roger. Sorry, not with Roger, with David. Single Spark, Family Affair, and pretty much Rob Gentry on piano and keyboards. Steve Gadd, the amazing Steve Gadd on drums. Adam Betts on percussion as well. So, like I said, a lot of the same people that you're used to hearing about associated with them. There is a lot of orchestration on the album, a lot of choral arrangements, and it just flows just like, like any Gilmour album or any Floyd album, post Waters. So if you dig stuff like The Division Bell, if you dig, Momentary Lapse of Reason, think this album might be a little more, what's the word I'm looking for? A little more well-rounded than Rattle That Lock. Love that album as well, but think this one might be a little bit better than that in a lot of ways. Hard to tell. Just got it. Still listening to it. I've had to run through it a couple of times. They have released 3 singles already from it. Song About Marriage, Dark and Velvet, the title track Luck and Strange, and the Piper's Call, which, at this stage of the game, to have that, 3 singles out prior to the album's release, that's pretty amazing. Sings is another great song. It's just, top to bottom, a really fantastic album. Sure, it's something I'm going to be listening to for the remainder of the year. So to run down the track listing on here, we've got Black Cat, Luck and Strange, Piper's Call, A Single Spark, Vita Brevis, Between 2 Points, featuring Romani, and then on side B, Dark and Velvet Nights, Sings, and it closes with Scattered. So if you haven't heard this yet, I say it's definitely a worth a pickup. I dig it. Then again, I'm a diehard Gilmour fan, so take it from where it comes. The other thing that that I picked up, and this picked it up a couple of weeks back. Finally found it, and I'd mentioned it in a prior video, and it kind of ties in. Why? There's a David Gilmour association. The lovely Kate Bush. I have the other 3 box sets in this collection. I originally owned them on CD. I still have the CDs. And then I went back and collected the vinyl. There are 4 boxes. 3 boxes, 4 albums per box. This is the first one. And the association here is that David is involved with the first album, Kick Inside. All right. Other albums in this collection are Never, Forever. All right. Lionheart. And for those fans of Stranger Things, The Dreaming, which has the track. Why am I not thinking? Oh, wait, that's not from this one. I'm losing my mind. So, yeah. But Dreaming, great album. So I was thinking of Running Up That Hill, but I thought that was on this, but apparently not. It's on the other box set. But whatever. This is what happens when it gets late at night and I get tired and I'm old. But that's everything I have for this week. If you want to take a quick peek, these are all basic black. There's really nothing to them. You've got the info for the album on the back, lyrics and liner notes there. Same thing here. This one has a printed sleeve, lyrics and liner notes there. Black album, nothing spectacular to look at. This is cool because it's got the embossed cover. Very young Kate Bush right there. Lyrics and liner notes there, and plain see-through sleeve there, and finally, Never Forever. That's that with a very odd-looking Kate Bush there on the back. Very funky album cover. So I'm glad that I finally completed my Kate Bush vinyl box set collection. So that is everything that I have for you for this week. Thank you so much for checking out the channel. I really do appreciate it. And like I said, do me the favor, subscribe. If there's something you'd like me to talk about, something you'd like me to post a video about, drop it in the comments. I'm more than happy. I've got a pretty substantial record collection. I love sharing it with everybody. Once again, as I always say, peace, one love, and music. I'm out.